go live here. Of course. All right, everyone. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you're watching us from and what time you're watching us. If you're watching us live on YouTube, since we're streaming there, feel free to join us at live.thelosttransition.com. What we do is we meet here every Monday, team of entrepreneurs. We go over and celebrate our wins from last week or things that we're looking forward to this coming week. And then we normally, air quotes, a little bit of a training piece. However, last week, if you were paying attention and you were involved, we asked everybody to come to Monday Mastermind today to do a reflection on the year 2025. So to kind of give you a little bit of a prequel of what we're looking to do today, this is a little bit different. I myself, Virgil, you can chime in after I'm done or whatnot. I myself remember first off, well, let me back up. Let me do this. Let me back up for a minute. I remember first starting out with the Lost Transition and what I was doing before our friend Brett and I got connected. And unfortunately, we lost Brett. It was 1 year ago, starting January, that we decided to go ahead and start streaming the Monday Masterminds live on YouTube. And I started out with week one, and we went through a week two, week three, week four. There were a couple of weeks that I kind of messed up when I got the weeks wrong, so there were a couple of duplicates. Whatever, I'm human. I make mistakes. Anywho, each one of those weeks, right? We went through some kind of training components. So now we've gone through 51, at least 51 times that we all came together, collaborated, listened, trained, put our input, had a real Monday mastermind, that kind of stuff. So last week, I instructed and asked everybody to come up with maybe 5 or 10 minutes of talk time. And what I'd like to hear in this session, this is week 52, this is the year end reflection. What I'd like to hear, what are some of the things that you learned from coming to Monday Mastermind or even Inner Circle? Don't be shy to share that stuff. What have you learned over this 2025 season? And then I'd like to see, like, what is a reflection like? Are you excited for 2026? This is what I like to do. Just like a year-end recap, what you learned, maybe what you implemented, some successes that you had, those kind of things. Everybody with me on that? Raise your hand, yes? Yeah? Cool. All right. So that's how I'd like to do this. I do have some things that I'd like to share. Obviously, we only have an hour. We used to do this show, we'd go for 2 hours. Anybody remember that, Rita? And hi, Dorea. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Rita. I'm glad y'all made it. I was like, where's everyone at? I thought y'all were playing hooky. Anyway, I do have some notes that I want to share with you guys. So, who would like to start us off? Let's raise some hands and let's have some fun. Let's do a little reflection on 2025 and let's talk about 2026 and what we're geared for. And don't take all the stage time, okay? Everybody here needs to have a chance to talk. So, who wants to go first? Don't be shy. Go ahead, Vicky. Please do. Go ahead and raise your hands, guys, and get in line.
Yeah, I wasn't here last week, so I didn't know the
Oh, naughty
assignment,
girl.
but I hadn't had a chance to watch the replay yet either. But however, I feel like I have a lot of takeaways from 2025, and I've been doing a lot of self-reflection this last week. And as far as the masterminds go, I learned so much that my head's like full of information from everything that I learned. And I think that the apples, oranges, coconuts, that was pretty powerful mindset and learning to not have fears, like tackle your fears and move forward was huge. Um, not being afraid to try to do videos. Gosh, I could go on and on and on for
Love it,
everything that
love it.
I learned in this
Go
last
ahead.
year. And the determining now I used to love a lot about when I was in college and stuff, body language and stuff, but it was cool to see how the psychology, like, and body language and all that goes into sales too. I mean, it was just amazing to see that clarity, that difference. I'm not a good speaker. I'm working on it still,
You're
but
fine.
I loved all of it. I've taken away so much. I feel like I've grown so much, and I'm appreciative of everything, and I thank you so much.
Good. And I appreciate you sharing with us. So let me ask you, what are you looking forward to this year that you're incorporated from what you learned in 2025? What are some things that you might be doing different, or what do you have that you're excited about?
Well, I feel like there was a lot of lessons learned, and I feel like it's kind of scattered. And so I want to take the lessons learned and get them more fine tuned into my why and my purpose, and then go with that. And like finally decide on how I'm going to lay out things, and because I've been tweaking and changing for the whole year. Now it's time to just get going with all of it. I don't want to waste any more time. I want to just get it out there, get it going, and move forward. So, and taking all the lessons that I learned with me and throwing away any garbage.
I like that. I
Not
like.
not that I not meaning from here, but meaning
Sure.
garbage that I had carried for so long on my shoulders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
I
that's kind of where I feel like I am. Yeah.
totally understand, my friend. And
Mm.
you know what
I
I
took a fall right before I got onto the call too, a really bad fall.
oh no, are
So
you okay?
I'm like, I think so. I don't know how to act with this cage in my back. I don't know what to expect. You know, the choice is to not fall, but I guess it's still you're still gonna have days that something wacky happens and you do something stupid and you end up falling. But I think I'm okay. It just it's worrisome because of I've worked so hard to get my health moving forward, and the last thing I want to do is screw up going into 2026. I want to move forward. I want to leave all that garbage behind too.
Right, right. Well, one thing that I
And
love.
happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody here. You guys have all been an integral part of my journey this last year, both health and mindset wise, and I appreciate y'all very much.
Love it. You know, one thing that I have to say real quickly that you said that reminded me of our friend Brett. You said you're ready to get started and do that thing. So 2026, I expect to see you do that thing, girl. We're super
Hmm.
proud of you. I can't tell you how much I admire the fact that you were always there, showing up. I can literally count on one hand how many times you missed, you know, as far
Too.
as this last. That's what I'm saying. On one hand. So hats off to you, my friend Vicky. Thank you so much for being here and thanks for sharing. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you as well. Who else would like to share? Don't be shy. Come on now. Go ahead, Virgil.
Oh, sure, sure. First of all, I mean, every year I always set goals that I want to achieve or expect to reach during the course of the coming year. And it wasn't different in the beginning of 2020, well, 25. But this year I actually had to really live through that commitment in a very real and palpable way. And the biggest takeaway for me was actually the lost transition. Everything that happened in between the the beginning of the year and the end of the year was only possible because of this group. In honest, it helped me a lot to find and consolidate the direction in which I wanted to go. The previous year working under the company, I was happy but unhappy. I was, and I think this is why when the transition happened, when I had to turn that page, I wasn't necessarily sad because for the past years there, I was in that place where I wanted to exercise what I was preaching and giving as advice. And as a matter of fact, I had already started building a course and this tool that I haven't actually rolled out yet. I expect to do that this year in 2026. Now that I have really consolidated uh, what I'm, what this tool, what this course or this mission that I was prior to 2005 was shaping up to be. And Robert, you are really the key takeaway of this year, I would say, because when you reached out, you brought in a momentum and you brought me into the space where you cannot feel alone in the passion that you embrace. And in this space, all of us did embrace the same interest, passion, and belief. And it was easy to find my place among you and reaffirm that dream or that purpose or that goal that I had set forward. And everything resumed itself a little bit or fully manifested in the last months there. And even around that key phrase that you last dropped, that is from now on a big part of my motto. I was in a comfort space and it was killing my dream. And by fate, I was challenged to change. And even before now side, I was in the corporate world for some time. And I left there because I didn't want to commit to something that I knew was not going to allow me to fully exercise who I felt I could be. And I left and came into now site and found again another comfort zone for the 4 or 5 years that transpired. And coming in this year, again, 2005, the commitment was really live up to that and make all the changes necessary. And by forces of things, I had to. And I'm pretty happy with having left that comfort zone. I'm pretty happy with being caught in the whirlwind of life right now because it's no longer chaos, it's options and which one to decide to pursue. And because life is in the balance, every choice is that much passionate and driven, not um, full of doubt, as in I won't be able to, is more okay. If that's the right choice, there should be a clear path for me to achieve this and see the potential manifest on core to the vision and the goal quickly or substantially, if I pronounce the word properly. So I have a clear vector for 2026, both for what we're doing together and for what I want to achieve beyond. And even the past weeks, I was, just like Vicky said, brought to the crossroad with certain baggages that you want to leave behind. 2026 is a clean slate or a rebranded state, and every bad habits or uh, unequivalent exchange should be purged so that the momentum is forever fueled with passion and love. So, yeah, without stretching my time, I think that is my takeaway for 2025 and the
Love it.
promise for
I love
2020,
it. If I
a
may,
defining year. Go ahead.
if I may, I have to say a few things about you as well, Virgil. This isn't supposed to be about me at all. I want to know that you guys we came together, you guys learned something new that you didn't learn, even if it was from me or the group, and you started taking action. the whole purpose behind us connecting and getting together, it was interesting how it happened. And for those of you that may not know the story, because of Virgil just being who he was in Nowsight and myself being who I was in Nowsight, we connected from moment one, right? And when Nowsight decided to stop doing the How To Tuesdays and Wednesdays, that was something that for me, I just couldn't let go because I felt like that wasn't fair to the members of Nowsight. And so somebody had to pick up that ball and run with it. I myself knew that that was going to be a lot of work. I mean, imagine, okay, Monday Mastermind plus Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So I was more than happy to hand you the ball, first off, just to be clear. Secondly, you guys know, those of you that have been around me long enough know that I took a very deep loss when it came to losing Brett. 2 years now. We just went through that anniversary of losing him for 2 years now. And thank you, Virgil, because you were there throughout this year to help me kind of get past all of that, as well as Rita and some other folks as well. But you've been a pleasure to work with. I love the way your management style is. I love the fact that we can reflect off of each other, feed off each other, and ultimately just get more of this knowledge out to the people that need it the most. So thank you, brother, for being here, and thanks for being part of the Lost Transition. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
sharing.
Sure.
Paul, what's happening, brother? We're going over some things of what we learned over the last 2025. I know you're kind of new to the Monday masterminds and stuff, but if you'd like to share something, feel free. What are you looking
Yes.
forward to
Can you hear me okay,
2026?
Robert? Can you hear me okay?
We hear you loud and clear, brother.
Good.
Good to see
I
you.
mean, first and foremost, it's just good to be a part of a group that, number one, I can afford to be a part of, but number two, not only afford it, but get the kind of quality that one would expect from a thousands of dollars per month group, which this certainly does. Even in my short time, I've realized that. The quality of people in the group is another huge thing. And this is, I mean, I've seen other mastermind groups. I didn't want to be a part of them because to me it wasn't worth 3 to 5, $1,000 a year. So this is the first time I ever joined one, and it just is a testament to what you've built, and and then the people that you've attracted. Um, and then Virgil with his fashion style. I mean, golly, purple and mauve are now my two favorite colors. I want to thank Virgil for that. I, requested birthday presents in those colors this year, so you've all had just enormous impact on me, and I just wanted you to know that I appreciate it very, very much. Um, by the way, I also have decided I'm getting cremated rather than regular burial when I pass on because thanks to Virgil, when I leave this earth, I want to have a smoking hot body. I just want to thank you all. I appreciate this, and it's just great to be a part of this group.
I love you, brother. I love you. I'm glad that we reconnected and we finally get to work together. Wait till you see the website, guys. Oh man, I am diligently working my rear end off in the background to get this completed, and we're almost there. It's not going to be ready for mobile or tablet. I mean, you can see it on tablet, but it's just not as good as, I mean, ultimately it's designed for desktop, right? But we'll launch it before the first. That is my promise. We will have our inner circle members in there at least so we can start testing, making sure that all the bugs and kinks are worked out. Then I'll go into the whole mobile and tablet. So I think you guys are going to be excited. I know some of you guys have seen some sneak peeks, and I've made some changes again, some really cool changes, added a few new things as well. So it's going to be awesome just to bring more value to what it is that we're doing. So thank you for being here, Paul. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can go. Um, yeah, hi everyone.
Ah.
Yeah, so it's funny because I was reflecting, especially last night, early this morning, And today, what was the biggest takeaway? And I think it was the most recent one. Procrastination isn't laziness. It's no vision equals no fuel. And I was like, oh, it's like at the end of the year, the light bulb goes off. And and then the word incubator came into mind. And so I'm going to read the dictionary. It says an enclosed apparatus providing a controlled environment for the care and protection of premature and unusually small babies. And in the metaphysical world, I guess, in the way, or in the when you think about dreams, a baby is a new idea, represents a new idea. And so it's kind of like this space for me has been a place of protection and controlled environment to be able to launch that new idea. And so I think this is what has helped me and kept me accountable and moving forward with that. And so to that, I'm truly and grateful for you, Blake Stir and Virgil and the whole team. Thank you.
Love it. That brought a tear to my eye, girl.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I think about it now. Hey, as my baby is growing up, and so are the students, like Rita has mentioned before. It's nice. It's nice to see people from when we first get connected and then the involvement from that first moment to now, you know what I mean? So it's beautiful. It's been a pleasure to know you as a friend. It's been a pleasure to see all of your accomplishments. It's been a pleasure to see you get out of your own way, my friend. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing. Who'd like to follow that one? I did. You made me verklempt. The baby's grown up. Don't be shy. Anyone else? If not, we're going to have to bring the Toastmaster up here.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right.
I would just like to say that
You're kind of low, though. I don't know if everybody can hear you okay?
uh I'll
Much
probably
better.
say better. Okay. So 2025 has been a year where I've gone from, and actually all of these are all at the same time, but it
Could be
has
a
been a
little louder if you could.
okay. Let's see.
Are you close to your mic?
I am. It's
All
oh,
right.
you know what? I stopped to take a phone call, so maybe I don't know. I don't know.
I can hear. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have gone from the tools to acquiring tools to acquiring skills to acquiring strategies and then taking action
I love it.
and um, having a community where I have really great friends, but they have no idea what I do. They're like perplexed that I'm even, like, you're a doctor. What are you doing? So it's great to have a community where I can
Hanging
share
against, hanging with those norms there.
that. So it's a transition for sure, but I'm privileged to be here and to partake. So
I
thank
love
you.
it. We're privileged to have you here, Dr. Lisa. I give you all the respect in the world that you deserve, my friend. And it's been great to see you're morphing into the little butterfly as well, you know. Speaking of which, pun intended, butterflies in the background there. So keep on doing what you're doing, girl. I know that you're bound to achieve anything that you put your mind to. I know that for a fact. So thank you for sharing and thank you for being here. Paula, do you have something else that you wanted to add? Or is that
Yeah, I
all?
mean, it's wonderful just being in orbit around all you wonderful planets and I just, I'm getting a lot out of this group, and I'm about to have, schedule my first call with you. So, because I'm about to launch, some funnels, and I want to make sure everything's copacetic. But speaking of orbiting, I was at the doctor's, and he was, doing my annual exam, and so he was doing some probing, and he asked me if I was into astrology, and I said, "Why would you ask that?" And he said, "Because I think it has a lot of bearing on health." And I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "As a matter of fact, did you know that Mercury is just had conjunction with Uranus?" And I said, "I didn't even think that was possible. Mercury and Uranus?" He said, "Yeah, the thermometer just broke."
Oh my God.
How
I
did I feel like this was happening? I was
know,
like,
right?
I
You can tell
somehow
it's
there was
gonna
gonna be a turn.
be. Oh my God, you're killing me, brother. Oh, you're
I
hilarious.
love you guys.
Yeah, hard day you care to share, brother. Dude,
Well, in every group, there has to be a black sheep, and that's probably me because I really haven't worked on things that are related to the group. Although, if you see me every Monday here and Tuesdays, there should be a reason. And that reason is that I find a lot of value on what you two guys share. So I'm just trying to apply, I mean, learn and apply as I find the time to do it. But for example, one thing that I could mention is that there's the part where we share our wins, it actually motivated me the other day because I I thought, well, I've done incredible things, so I just have to go back and go over those things and remind myself of those things that I did, and in that way, I know that I can do whatever I want.
amen, brother.
So that's what I wanted to share, and I appreciate the value that I'm receiving from Virgil and you,
A-
Robert.
Amen, brother. And I want to say you gave me goosebumps. I just couldn't show them because I got a hoodie on. And I wanna touch on something you said was very, very important that everybody can take if they're paying attention from what you said. We've all done something amazing, right? We've done some amazing things. Maybe you forgot about those things, right? Maybe that's the reason why you don't think you're as good or could do this or could do that. I thank you for bringing that up, brother, because that's all part of the interest of what we're talking about here with the lost transition is going from whatever that point A to point B is going to be. So keep sticking around, keep joining us, keep asking questions. And I'm sure when you sit down and you figure out whatever your vision is, besides the flying and getting back to flying, I'm sure you'll accomplish many things, brother. We appreciate you being here. Appreciate you sharing. Thank you. Thank you for being here, brother. Anyone else? Okay. Rita? Toastmaster? Is it Toastmaster time?
Well, I don't know. I want to give people time because I can talk fast and get all of my points through because I told you like how much time do we have, and Dorea said, I think we should have like 5 minutes. Well, it could take me a little bit longer. So I just wanted to give people ample time, and that way as a Toastmaster, I can determine how fast or how slow I need to talk.
I just need you to give me at least 10 minutes.
Okay. Anybody else going? Seriously. All right, I'll go ahead. Here we go. All right. So I did start writing some things down. Mine are a little bit lengthy, I think, because my relationship may be a little bit different because of history with Blakester. So I have 10 items, but I've got some, and I'll just say them so it doesn't go in overtime. Uh, what have I learned? I think the most important thing is keeping close to the fire. You can say that, but until you really understand what that means, it's just a bunch of words. So if that there are certain things that like other sayings, like drawing the line in the sand, to me now means doing it anyway. Just do it. It doesn't matter if it's messy. It doesn't matter if it's upside down, backwards, you got misspelled word. Who cares? Just do it because that makes you just go. Um, in the staying close to the fire, you keep coming back because things materialize. You start to get things, you get clarity in your head. So that's another thing. Um, so my first one is connecting the dots. You all have heard Blake just say that, and that's what it certainly does for me. The fire thing, drawing the line in the sand, all of that stuff. Clarity. Also, a leader knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And that is something that he does with his consistency at all the time. Change of state. That was huge for me. The levity and humor, huge, because it just relaxes everybody. It's not just here. That goes through my life. I tell my sister about Columbo mode. Like I act dumb sometimes because it keeps me in a funny, humorous state. Integration of tools, different tools that he's had, he shares them. He doesn't hoard them. Some people are like, no, you might become better than me. Like, the universe has more than that. Anyway, he's always available. There's never been a time, never in the time that I've known him, it's been over a year, maybe a year and a half. I should go and look up those dates and find out what that is. But just very easy to talk to, very easy to get to know him. If you're not having conversations with him, try it. He's like family to me. Always available. The importance of consistency is something that I've learned. So I was consistent. I dropped off. I knew I dropped off. I knew, like, get up, back on the horse, girl. So I'm like, okay, I'll do my lives again. That'll get me started at least. So the importance of consistency, because you see growth. I'm a figures girl, so I'm looking at his posts and looking to see the engagement and looking to see how many people respond. And I'm like, all right, and then he pulls that back on me and helps me to be accountable. Storytelling. Oh my gosh. Stay to the fire because storytelling is huge and it becomes easy, but you just gotta stay and just start it. Just start it. And it's not like it's just normal stuff that happens. Like I was telling you about the Columbo stuff. Like that's how I am. And then I can tell a story based on a story that he had or a story that I had. Yeah, it doesn't, I borrow somebody's story, right? From duct tape to professional presentations, my God. If you saw his presentations or just go through the boot camp, you'll see some of them. Woo! Thank you, Virgil. I appreciate you. Because that came from you, I'm sure. He had to bring those things back up because I like Virgil was pulling out the plugs and putting them in PowerPoints and they transferred it. No, he was in Canva and then he put them into whatever. I forgot what it was. I know it at Adobe Acrobat. So I mean that was a step up. So thank you, Blakester. That's you picking up what he was putting down. The I think lastly the importance of community. You created a community. The people that are here are awesome. If I met you somewhere, I'd probably run. Oh my God, that's Dorea. Oh, even you become celebrities in my world. That even though I never met you personally, my relationship with anybody here is that I can text you at any time. I can call you. I can ask you questions, and that you won't have that. What are you calling me for? I'm not telling you that. So. I did something else came to mind. If you are in a group And this is one thing that he doesn't notice. This is why I was watching Blakester from afar, and this was when he was in Now Sight. Blakester was kind of like the go-to person, self-appointed, and whenever anybody would ask a question, he would be in the chat answering if he knew the answer. That's the sign of a leader. That's what a leader does. So guess what, Blakester? When I was in some of those presentations and things that we've gone to, people asking questions, I'm in the chat. Because that's how people get to know, oh, you know what? She was helpful to me. So if you're trying to win friends and influence enemies, you don't have to know all the answers, but help as many people as you can because it does make a difference. You never know when. It may not be right then, but it's coming. You just don't know when. And with that, I turn it back over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, dear. Oh man, I think it's been 3 years now, something like that. It's been a minute. 'Cause I think you and I connected right before Brett passed away, right? Sometime, sometime
Yeah,
before,
it was before Brett passed. Yeah.
right? It had to be like 2.5 years or what have you. Um, and then Rita became my online wife, as coined by my real wife. Um, Again, I just want to just point out, first off, thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up all the time and being close to the fire like Vicky. And I think we can literally count on one hand. Now you've only missed one, if that, Monday Masterminds. Always there at the inner circles. You're always there for me. In fact, you were a key, pivotal person as Virgil was, but you before Virgil in not having me lose my shit when I lost Brett.
Mm.
Um, it was at not gonna lie, it was difficult for me. We're going on 2 years. I still found it tough, but that first year was really tough. The second year, we're getting over it. We're getting a little bit better, day by day kind of thing. There's nothing that will replace the relationship that I had with that man at all. But man, Rita, you were there for me, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for that.
You too.
Um, she has the biggest heart that you will ever see or meet in a person. I don't want to get all verklempt and all that stuff, but Rita, thank you.
You're welcome.
You're
And
an amazing
I a fruit is known by its tree.
person.
And I see I forgot that. Um, Something else that I watch too is what you input. I see the growth in the community. I see the growth of people. Dorea, Vicky. Vicky was like having meltdowns over like what she could do and her computer crashing, and I would have one too. But just things that when they get it and they run with it. And that is so exciting to see. And it doesn't matter what you're doing, Jorge. You may not, but you're sponging. You are sponging. You're like, okay, I'm gonna take all this information in, and when I'm ready, I'm ready. I'll be ready to run. So everybody is running their own race, and um, I that's how I see you. That your flower. I call us flowers. The flowers are blooming. Your garden is growing, and people are busting out.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you again. Paul, okay, let's get the last comedic chuckle in before us.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is serious. This is serious.
Let's go.
I also feel like is it Jorge or George? But I'm like at least a semi-black sheep, and I'm like him. I haven't, my problem is I haven't taken action. I'm about to for the first time, and it's because it's just, the fear monster of and there's nothing to fear. That's one thing I've been learning in this group, but I gotta take the action. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, taking action in the next 2 days because I promised myself I'd launch the first funnels before January 1st. Like you said, the wealth of knowledge is amazing in this group. Everyone's testifying to that. Rita, especially, oh my goodness, I even had a phone call with her. She, was just so willing to give of her time, and I appreciate that. I will never forget win friends and influence enemies. I love that. That was a huge takeaway for today. Huge. And because, I've spoken with other gurus, was thinking about giving them 3, 5, 700 a month. But I just, because to be honest, I'd ask them, I'd say, look, do you know how many shades of poop there are? And they'd be like, no. And then like, how many colors of poop there are? They're like, no. I'd like, how about textures? No. And I said, then you can't teach me anything. And they said, why? And I said, because you don't know shit. So yeah, that's how it is out there. But I just want to thank you and the group because it's a great place to be. I'm just looking forward to an amazing, amazing 2026.
Me too, brother. Me too. Let's get that meeting book so we can go through and get a game plan, brother. Vicky, did you have something else you wanted to add?
Yes, I just want to tell Rita how much I appreciate her so much. It wasn't so much meltdowns as that I had so much to overcome between health
Yeah.
and everything I was going through, and I didn't realize how much all the health issues had messed up my mindset. But I think I've handled all of it really well, and I've come through all of it. And that is accountable to my own actions and everything I've learned. So I'm taking it forward, and I'm not going to give up, and I'm not going to look back or go backwards. So, but I love you, Rita.
Look, that wasn't meant as a put down or a take down. I didn't have a word for it, and I'm thinking about how I would react. I would have been like, "It's not working. The circuits aren't connecting." I did like when I lost my computer. What it was,
Yeah.
like I know how you felt. Like I had my own personal meltdown. I know you were. You were having situations going on. I get it. It's not a negative. We all have them, but just to
I could
see
write books,
the
Rita,
growth.
on everything that I experienced in the last 4 years. I could write literal books, and I probably should, because I probably could help a lot more people that way. And that's all what Robert's been teaching us this whole time. We have to share our stories. And so I'm working on all of it. Yeah.
That's right. I was getting right. It was right on the tip of my tongue. Those little stories, girl. Those little stories are valuable, and it's okay.
Mhm.
It's okay to make fun. Look at Paul. It's it's
And I
okay.
love Paul. He's funny.
I know you need 10 minutes, so we got 2 more minutes, Blakester. So, two more things I forgot about: Boss Baby
Yeah.
and the Muppet Baby. So there you go, my faves. There's always more. That's why I said I need time. I need time. Go ahead. Back to you.
It's all
But
good.
Vicky, I love you too.
I love you. I love you all. It's all good because we can go over a minute or two. I'm gonna do my best not to. But in standard fashion, I want to do my best, as always, to leave some kind of value, right? I want to let's not get all emotional on this one, but I want to do my best to drop those gold nuggets that I like to drop. Paul, you're hilarious, fella. So I wrote down 5 things that I want to talk to you guys about. And in essence, these are things that I really reconfirm, or not so much that I learned, but reconfirm because I can honestly tell you guys, I've built many a teams. At the beginning of this show, I was briefly talking to Dr. Lisa because I didn't know that she was there in Baltimore. Told her a little bit about my stomping grounds there in Baltimore. But anyway, I've built a lot of teams, is what my point is. And I love this team that we've built together with Monday Mastermind. And it doesn't mean that we have to all be in the same, product or service or thing that we're doing. The fact that we're all coming together as a group is what I love the most. But I say this to say this one thing that I reconfirm. And write this down if you want to, but it's pretty easy to remember. But the ones that start with you won't be the ones that'll finish with you. Right? I can sit here and think about all the teams that I have built, and there's only back to that count them on one hand of the people that I still keep in contact with. And those were those people like Rita, like Virgil, like Vicky, like those of you that are in this room, right? Because one of the things that I again reconfirmed or reaffirmed was something that I learned from my mentor and I took to heart was what he liked to call the Friends for Life Club. For me, I don't want just friends. I look at people as my brothers and sisters in God. I'm not going to sit here and be all biblical or preach or anything like that, right? But I do look at you guys as my brothers and sisters. And from a perspective as a coach or somebody that's been training and teaching people for many years, going back to the incubation now and tying this all in. And it's funny how the universe works, and none of this was planned, but y'all are and become like my kids, right? That's the way that I kind of look at it. What do we want for our kids? We want nothing but the best for you, right? We want to see you grow and flourish and do great things and accomplish beautiful things. But again, you have to think and remember that the ones that start at the very beginning with you won't always be there at the finish line, unfortunately. So that leads me to number two, which is the people that show up, those of you, especially here in this room, that are closest to the fire, are the ones that are most important. Those of you that know from my heart that those of you that show up, you guys are the ones that are most important to me, the most important in my life. There's people that are in my downlines for other things, but they don't show up. All right. They don't show up. They don't get immersed. They don't get involved, which is why I don't see a lot of growth from those people. I've had people that I would consider and call leaders and have brought in many people underneath me, underneath our downlines and stuff. But yet, when I looked at the the connection on why they weren't growing the way that we'd like to see them grow, they never even bothered in some cases to plug in their people to basic training like the Monday Masterminds. It's something that I've said from the very beginning because this is like a free venue. I don't care, man. This is an open, safe space, obviously, you guys know, to invite your friends, your downlines, people that need help. Because we're not going to sit here and try to poach them or anything stupid that you might have heard of. I don't mind you bringing people here and allow me to help you train your people with the things that they need that are real life affiliate marketing, direct marketing, whatever freaking marketing you want to do moving forward. It doesn't matter. The things that you will learn by just being close to the fire will help you. Guaranteed. Guaranteed because they've helped me. So stay close to the fire. Number three, I want you guys to really think about this. It goes back to day one boot camp. I'm pretty sure it was day one. Day one or day two, Rita, if you remember, you could correct me if I'm wrong. But I want to encourage you guys, Paul, you're a living example of that, to move from consumer to creator as quickly as possible. I'm going to say that again. Move from consumer to creator as quickly as possible. I'm going to say that one more time because I want it to really sink into the back of your head. Move from consumer to creator quickly. And I said that three times to sink in because next time you're sitting there just scrolling aimlessly through Facebook and ooh, I'm getting chills, you're going to hear my voice and you're going to stop and you're going to get to work instead of being a consumer and just consuming the content. You with me? Everybody agrees that amen or yes. Okay? I really
Amen.
I really need you guys to do that because as a consumer, I mean we're gonna be both, right? And I've mentioned this before. You're gonna always be a consumer. But the moment that you understand that you'll have more or benefit more as a creator, especially something that is solving a problem that's out there in the marketplace, that's when you'll be able to start flourishing and growing even bigger and better as the flowers that you are. Did you want to say something real quickly, Jorge? You're muted. You're muted, brother. Pan out.
My apology.
Yeah, no worries.
Anyway, I just wanted to add to what you're saying because as a consumer, you waste a lot of time. So even as a creator, you put some time on creating the thing that you want to post. It's not as much the time as the one that you waste as a consumer. So thank you for that.
100%. Thank you for that addition, brother. Thank you. So move from consumer to creator as quickly as possible, especially in the network marketing arena, sales, that kind of stuff. Number four is continuously learn, right? This is all about personal development. Don't let anybody else in the world fool you because that's what it's about. It's not about connecting and closing deals. It's connecting, having friendships, and ultimately personal development. I say it all the time, become that person that people want to follow, right? Become that leader that you could be. As I learned it from my mentors, at some point in time, you're going to have to step into your power, right? So step into your power. And then fifth, but finally, to resonate with some things that were said throughout the conversation here is no matter what, no matter what, whenever you get knocked down, get the fuck back up. And I hope that's okay to give you the F bomb there. I can tell you that, being very just honest and open with you guys, as you know I am, the last 2 years have been really tough for me losing Brett. Well, the first year was really bad. This year wasn't as bad because I had people and friends like you, and I had more of a mission that I was able to accomplish. And seeing that everything that we had done from back 4 years ago, now getting ready to go on 5 years, and not knowing that from that moment that I started it, it was exactly coming to this point in time almost 5 years later to where we could say that we could see the fruits of our labor, we could see, as you're saying, the flowers grow and things of that nature, right? So to me, this next year, 2026, I'm more excited than ever because to me, it's more of an alignment, of a realignment with myself and what I know I'm here to do, what I know my purpose is to do. Takes me back to the thought points of Brett and how he's saying, that I still have in his video that I use all the time. He's been grooming himself for all these years. Now it's time to just do it, similar to what Vicky had said, right? So it gives me more purpose. And this next year, I've already got 52 weeks laid out, ready to rock and roll every single Monday. I know some of these might be refreshers for some of you, depending on what level that you're at in the game. But as you know, I'm going to always do my best to throw some duct tape in the mix or something to make sure that it's a blast and we learn because that's the best way to learn, right? Is to have a good time while you're learning. But two words that I want to leave with you guys out of all this through last year that really resonated with me, that I'm sure will resonate with you guys as well. And I encourage you guys to number one, find balance. That's the big word for me. Find balance. That means in your personal life, your home life, your work life. Have that joy and purpose. If there's something in your life that is bringing you strife, do your best to just get rid of it. I'm not saying get rid of the friends and family and stuff, right? I'm not saying that. But do your best to not focus on that, right? Because whatever you focus on, that's what's going to grow. And the second word, which is the most important that I always like to lead with, that's been a big factor as well, not just these past 2 years, but ever since I picked up the book and learned from Anil, is awareness, right? until you have awareness that there's a problem or a situation, you will never complete it. You will never fix it. You will never get by it. You will never get over it. You will never get around it. You will never get under it. So I encourage y'all to leave 2025 with any negative behind. Look forward to 2026 with ultimate awareness and the sense to have balance in your life over 2026. 26. I trust that y'all got some value from me because I've got nothing but value from you guys. On that note, go out there, kick ass, take names, and we'll see you next year. Tutu, love you, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
You can't leave yet. Dorea and Paul have something
Oh,
to say. Uh-oh.
well,
Oh, good.
Dorea left.
oh,
Dorea.
Oh,
she left.
yeah,
Paul
I
is
just
killing.
wanted to say that purple is the color of royalty, and I like having a background that features royalty. So, yes, Virgil, you're one of my
I,
heroes. So there you go.
I could I couldn't keep a straight face when I noticed.
Yeah, I'll have an excellent day. If you need me, I'm in the background. I'm almost done with the last transition, guys. I'm like, whoa, so close on getting things to connect, and it's gonna be super cool. You're gonna love it.
You can't yet. Vicky's got her hand up. Sorry.
Okay, Vicky, go ahead.
Sorry. I just wondered, it was funny how you just ended this. If you go to look at my Facebook post, you'll have a chuckle because of I did a very good post on self-reflection today, and I chose my word for 2026. It's not awareness, but it's align. So
Okay,
check out my post.
I love it. I most certainly will, my friend.
Mhm.
Y'all,
Y'all have a happy new year. See
y'all
you
know how
next
to
Yeah,
reach
week.
Happy New Year to
Same to
everybody.
you. Same to
And
everybody.
Vicky, good way. You just took action. I like that. Go look at my posts, everybody.